Welcome back. So I hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas holidays. I think I certainly did. Certainly enjoyed Christmas Eve. Had to have a little bit of a rest on Christmas Day. Wasn't as much fun as it should have been, happens to a lot of people. So on with the video anyhow. So this is something I was really looking forward to doing. The special Christmas beer, right? See, it says Cervesa De Nadal. So that's special, it's special Christmas beer. And it says here, right, in the 1950s, the Damm master brewers began the tradition of creating a beer to celebrate Christmas, right? It says this limited edition beer was only distributed to workers, family and friends over the years. The Damm Christmas beer has become an eagerly awaited tradition. And that's why since 2013, Christmas beer is now available to everyone. Certainly in Spain. So that's, look at the bottle. There's all squiggly writing on it, so it's kind of difficult to understand. It was €1.75, and I'll try and decipher what this says for you. So it's 6.5% alcohol. The colour of it is 13, whatever that means. Amargor, I don't know what that means, 28. And there's a bunch of squiggly writing that describes how it tastes, so they don't know how to read that. It's too squiggly, like doctors' writing. And it says it serves well at 3 degrees, so you need it cold. So let's get on with this. Oh, they have, look, a nice glass. An Estrella Damm glass as well. I think that's a pint glass, or at least 440 millilitres. And hopefully you can hear me on this microphone. Very tricky it is getting these microphones to work. In my last video, the sound of my chewing was a little bit too much, so maybe in future I'm going to have to put my hand over this microphone when I'm chewing. Bit of a nuisance, but we'll get on with it. So now, look what it has on the bottle cap. There is the man himself. He is the master brewer, or was the master brewer, August K. Damm, right? And it says on it there, 1876. So there you go. That's the man who's responsible for this beer. I think he was an Austrian, actually. Think so. So on with the video. Let's see how good it is. I have high hope. Special Christmas beer. So for those of you who continued watching my video, a lot of people decided that they'd knock the video off. Look at it. Now it's a little bit darker. I would think slightly darker coloured, I believe. Only very slightly. There's a good head on the top of it. Let me just check the bottle to see how much exactly of beer did they give me here. Huh. Where's the information? I think it's hard to say. It doesn't actually give me how many millilitres of beer is in this. Seems we have a little bit left in the bottle there. And considering that this is probably a pint glass, so it's just slightly more than a pint of beer. Doesn't actually tell you what the measurement is. I've seen bottles like that before that are 660 millilitres. So maybe that's what it is. But the glass is full. Maybe this is a big pint glass, like the ones you used to get years ago. Now to try it. It's fairly easy to drink for a beer that's 6.5%. It's smooth, but there's kind of a bit of thickness to the aftertaste. You know, that kind of malty taste you get from stronger beer. Yeah, there's something to it, and you can taste different kinds of hops in here. There's a few different notes of flavour in there. But so far from that little sip I had, it tastes good. Yeah. It's the taste of different kinds of hops is what you're getting after your aftertaste. Goes down smooth and then you get the hops taste. Different kinds of hops, don't know which ones they are. There's a slight kind of floral note to them or something like that. That's the best I could describe it. And there you go. This is a decent quality beer, $1.75. Considering it's only available around Christmas time, may as well get this and enjoy it if you're in Spain. Now, aside from that, I want to just say some other things. I might have one of my little rants. Sometimes people like that. I can tell you, yeah, 2025 now coming to an end, and I'm hoping for a much better 2026, because the year turned into a bit of a disaster for poor Adam. Anyone who watched my previous videos will know that I was unfortunately evicted out of my home in Spain due to a partial collapse in the building that was really caused due to negligence by the management, people overloading their floors, you know, people who have a one-bedroom apartment with 6 and 7 people living in it, and so it just went boom, and then the floor just collapsed. Lucky no one was killed. Yeah, so it's a terrible disaster, that was, and then at the worst possible time for you to be put out into the street in Spain, and that happened to me a few months ago. Lucky I found this place to live here with great difficulty, but this is an expensive place to live and can't afford to stay here forever, so I have to make my decisions as to where I'm going to go in the world, whether I'm going to stay in Spain. And I can tell you, as everyone knows who's been following the property market in Spain, it's at an all-time high. So this is the worst time to end up basically homeless. Now, for me, it wasn't too bad, because I had some money in savings. I was able to bail myself out. You know, there was old people, there was young people, there were Spanish people, there were foreign people. We're all thrown out into the street like dogs. Strayed like a dog. And some of the people, the government were kind enough to give them 1 night of accommodation. Can you believe it? What they get away with in Spain, shocking what they get away with, their housing crisis. In my opinion, it's done by their own government. That's the truth of the matter. That's the big elephant in the room no one likes to talk about in Spain. They blame tourism, they blame foreign investment. Really, it's the housing crisis has been orchestrated by their own government. Partly due to negligence, and also the reason why you cannot find a home in Spain easily is, if you look at a property website in Spain, take Idealista for example, or another one called Fotocasa, right? And if you look on those websites, pretty much anywhere throughout the nation of Spain, it'll say legally occupied, legally occupied, legally occupied, legally occupied, legally occupied. The vast majority of the properties seem to be illegally occupied by people from other continents, right? So that is a major reason why it's so difficult to find a place. Like, regardless if you wanted to rent a property or to buy a property, the cheapest place I could find to rent was $550 a month. And the estate agents wouldn't rent me the property because they told me that you had to earn a minimum of $2,800 a month in Spain, which basically nobody does. Maybe a doctor in Spain gets paid that much. The average citizen in Spain gets paid maybe half that. You're lucky if you get $1,200 a month. So it's an untenable situation, and I may even have to move on from this country because it's not affordable anymore. If you think, for example, I have to pay $750 a month for this room. This is only a room, like a little studio apartment. That's it, like the wall back there. You could piss from one end of this room to the other. Now, it's a nice room, and they're nice people and all. It's in a better area than when I once lived with up in the mountains with Spanish hillbillies, who turned out not the greatest of people to live with for a white city boy like me. They didn't really like me, as you can imagine. Those people, they behaved as though they were like hillbillies out of some American movie with the Appalachian Mountains. Bit of Deliverance vibes going on there. You have to watch your backside out in a place like that. Wouldn't want to go for a walk in the fucking woods or anything like that. Yeah, so that's it. I have to continue my property search in Spain. If I can't find a place, I think in the new year I'm just going to move on and go somewhere else in Europe where it might be a bit better. Thinking maybe Greece. Maybe Greece is better. Maybe Portugal even. Don't know. It's hard to find a place these days. Like I say, even if you wanted to buy a property in Spain, a property that you might have bought a couple of years ago for 75 to 85,000, you'd got a decent 2-bedroom apartment in a lot of different places in Spain. Now, for those same properties, they're looking for 150, 160,000. It's crazy. The price has doubled. Almost doubled in some regions. So that's that. Sorry at the blowing nose. They're getting the sniffles because it's absolutely lashing rain. It's been raining for 2 days. Some parts of Spain now, there's all snow and everything. Maybe something to do with climate change. But that's the current situation for me. Poor Adam and everyone else in Spain having a terrible time finding a place to live if you don't have one. You know, I've even spoken to other foreigners. I spoke to one man who told me he lived in Spain for 26 years. And he'd been travelling all around the country. This guy knew how to speak multiple different languages. He spoke like 8 or 9 different languages. Crazy amount of intelligence. He really did seem like a smart guy. And he had to leave. I believe he was from, I think he was actually a Polish guy. Yeah, he had to go back to Poland. He said what happened to him was, that the Spanish landlord who he done a deal with, he got a 5-year contract that was up at the end. I think it was around October 2025 that he had to move out, because he got a deal, I think it was for €500 a month. He got a 3-bedroom apartment. That was back in 2020. So when his contract ran out, the homeowners turned around to him and said, now it's $1,200 a month. And this man had a wife and kids and all, so he said, like, between him and his wife, they don't even make enough money to do this. So that's it. That poor man had to go back to his own country and abandon Spain. And it looks as though that's happening for a lot of foreigners. And he seemed to think, I have no chance of finding a place. You know, I don't even know how to speak the language properly, so poor Adam is up against it. That's it. I'm going to just wish you well over the Christmas holidays. I'm going to enjoy my Christmas beer. Try not to think of all those terrible things for the moment, and hopefully in the new year I'll find myself a new home. So you might be getting to see videos from an entirely different location. And maybe it's better for me. Maybe it'll improve the quality of my life and the channel. So that's it, and I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and that you have a Happy New Year too. I really hope I do. I think 2026 is going to be my year, and hopefully all of our years. But I have also chocolate videos. I've been eating a lot of chocolates lately and I haven't put the videos out yet. If I don't stop eating so much chocolates, I'm going to turn into a diabetic. I have these chocolate selection boxes that we get in Ireland. And my God, I haven't been able to stop eating them. I've done some videos on them. Not all of them made it to video because the savagery was great. So that's it. Next video you see will probably be a chocolate video. And hopefully you enjoyed my little bit of conversation, because normally I just talk about the food or the drink and get straight to the point. You got a bit of backstory this time and a bit of waffle out of me. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video, and like and subscribe, or simply don't. Hopefully that you can actually hear me on this. So I have my DJI receiver. Looks as though everything is in order. It's on full power, this. And you see how close it is to my mouth now. One thing I'll tell you before I go, these DJI microphones, these are overrated. These are not as good as, I know a lot of people are using them. This is the mini mic, so maybe I should have got the bigger one. Silly me. But anyhow, it works just about enough, so hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. That's it, until next time.